Here we have Tonalik, a brand new instrument by Celemony. I'm an avid Melodyne user, so I literally subscribed the minute it came out, and here I am reviewing it. There are pros, there are cons. Let's talk about the pros. It sounds absolutely stunning. For example, if I take this and I drag it down, let's take a quick listen. I mean, that really is quite wonderful. I'm going to hold Option, drag this over. The workflow is a little weird to me. Things that were unclear, but I mean, I suppose that's normal given that this is a brand new instrument. Let me go ahead and insert some chords here. This very much reminds me of Logic's chord track and session players. I would even dare to say it's an upgraded version of that. Let's take a listen to this. Let me make that an F major 7. Okay, so you can see that it sounds wonderful, right? That's one of the pros. I'll show you a con in a second, but let me just show you the workflow. I can then instantiate another, what's called AU generator in the Tonalik instrument by Celemony. And let's go this time, let's search in a different way. Perhaps instead of looking per the session musician, which this is definitely a very well-funded project. They definitely have some very solid musicians. Let me go ahead, pull up this smooth arpeggio player, and then now these are going to work with the chord tracks that I previously set up. So let's take a listen to this. Okay, so I'm not sure if it's going to work or not, but we'll go ahead, place that Tonalik there, and let me extend it to the region border. Let's take a listen. Okay, so that is absolutely amazing. The fact that you can get that level of quality that quickly, I'm definitely all about it. There are other things that I really like as well. For example, if I decided to work, let's say, with both of these together, I have this extended view, which I really like, but probably my favorite has to be this view. And I'm still getting to know it, but essentially if I bring this up to the next inversion, you can change the voicing. Check it out. Let's raise that up. So that's very musical, very natural, and just quite beautiful. Here on the right, I can now change all the various notes, and this is to be expected with a grand product like Celemony, Melodyne. Let me show you something that I found to be really awful. I'm just going to undo my history if you don't mind, because I was working on this earlier. So I believe it was here. Yeah, okay. So I really want you to listen to this, okay? The very first time I opened up the software, I inserted this musician, and I played a very basic chord progression, C, G, A minor to F. And this sounds good. Check it out. It loops perfectly, it sounds human, but when I went to, put a little bit of sauce on here, look at what happened here. Okay, does anybody know what's wrong with that picture? Hit me in the comments. Let me know if you understand what's happening here. All right, obviously I can't see you commenting, but here is what's going on. Instead of playing F on the downbeat and then G sharp on the next downbeat, which is the way I set it up for all intents and purposes, what ended up happening here was This dude's playing on the upbeat. Check it out. So he's playing on the and of 4. So it's 4 and I never asked for that pickup. I am new, so there's probably something that I could do within this interface. But that is very concerning. Is it an oversight? Is it a strategical nightmare to play something just on the downbeats like that? I don't know. But if it was up to me, obviously if I was going to do like an upbeat thing, I would do something like that. That's what would make sense in my head. Why am I getting problems so early on in the process? I'm not going to lie to you. I unsubscribed immediately because I thought to myself, if this wasn't looked at and if they weren't that thorough, that scares me. I know a lot of projects are probably rushing to get out right now. We had the release of Logic Pro 12 just a couple of days ago, or at least the announcement. And I don't know. Everybody's moving really fast. I want to take a step, slow down a little bit. This is not good. This is not a good look. Now, if you're someone that is not going to use this tool to be specific, as the entire go-to tool for your songwriting process, I think it can greatly complement what you're doing. For example, let me just do another chord progression here. I'll change this to E minor. Let's do F. I'm hitting tab and then just G. Let's just do something simple, yeah? And, well, let's see. Maybe we can change the pattern itself or the tonalic, but maybe we can change the musician. So let me go ahead and choose this gentleman. And this is also something I'm unclear about. Like if I double click, how do I switch it to this guy? So there's a couple things that to me were unclear about the workflow here. Okay, that actually sounds really awesome, but I do want something musical. Let me get this guy. All right, let's check this out. Whoa, that's really weird. But it looks like all these regions, so to speak, are all independent. I guess that's cool. I just wasn't clear on it. And let me go ahead, open this up. Okay, let me take that out. Let's hear this. Okay, we're going to drop in a bass player really quick. Let's try this pattern out. Let's see how this sounds. Ooh, did you hear that little pause? See, that's the kind of stuff that's concerning. Let's listen to that one more time here at the end. Yeah, I'm not sure if that loops seamlessly. Maybe I'm just too... Just to close up here, I wanted to show you what it sounds like to rock with a drummer. So let's put in this player here. All right, we'll open this up. All right, here we go. Other than that, you can add a little bit of, let's say, overdrive, some ambiance, an effect if it's applicable. All right, and then we'll close up by adding some kind of arpeggio or lead guitar on the right side. Yeah, sure, that sounds cool. Let's bring that in. I'm not sure if I love that, I gotta be honest, especially when it goes to the F. Maybe this is where you start to kind of insert other tonalics, or obviously you can adjust the notes like I showed you earlier. Let's see what this sounds like here. I'm not sure. This does not feel completely right to me. Yeah, I'm not doing it, guys. I do think it's a cool tool. The way I see myself using it, if I ever decide to use it, it is a subscription, so it's probably going to be a no-go. But it would be like a one-off if I just needed an arpeggio, if I just needed a rhythm guitar track. But just as a songwriting tool, this is definitely not for me. But listen, I love this company, and I'm definitely going to support them. And I take my hat off to them for doing something brave and going out there. I can't imagine how difficult it is to build something like this. I mean, the endless hours of hiring all these insane musicians and getting all these impeccable tones. Much love and much respect to them. Let me know what you think about Tonalics in the comments. Thank you guys so much for watching. Eddie Gray out. See you later.